Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back for another Monday Sandbox VoxEdit stuff with Joe, the voice in everybody's head.
Hello, how are you?
I am good.
The voice in everyone's head.
Yeah, the voice in everyone's head. Because we can't see your face. Now, I know
Yes.
last time we did this, I had started making some of the bowls, but I hadn't really put too much on here. So I actually made a bowl where it kind of looks like it's ramen stuff inside. I feel like with the size I had, this is the best I could do. So let me know if you guys like this. Hello, let's say hello to a few people there. So hello, Mohammed, John T over on both of those over on YouTube, and Voxel Blaze on Twitch. Hello, Voxel Blaze. But yeah, I want to do some animations. I definitely want to get like just 2 chopsticks next to the bowl as well. Let me know if you think maybe one voxel like to the side as if it's like a chopstick holder, but whenever I was in Japan, we didn't really have those. It seemed like a Western thing, or maybe like a high-scale restaurant. None of like the ramen stands I went to, it was just you didn't have a place to lay your chopsticks. It was they were in your hands or they went on the table. I can see the egg. Yes, I tried to do an egg. In fact, let me show you. I'll talk you through what I've done here. So this is the meat. This is your meat. Then some of this white bit here, and then some of the gold is the egg. These big bits of white and pink are meant to be some of the, I forgot what vegetable it is, but it's like this white vegetable with like pink swirls on it, and I can't remember what it's called. And then the sort of other bits are like the noodly colors and the broth color. So yeah, that's what we got going on. And obviously Joseph, aka Vision, is here to answer any and all your questions. Great texturing. Thank you. It was hard because this is small. Like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I had four voxels to work with here, and maybe a little bit longer down the middle. But yeah, it's hard to get that much detail when something's that small. But yeah, hello everyone. Hello Touche. So yeah, what are we doing? I should be better prepared. I definitely feel like I need to be better prepared. So I was like, it's fine. I'll wing it today. I was like, we're just making stuff. It's fine. But sometimes you do need a plan. Yeah, I think, right. 1, the shell looks great. I feel like maybe just doing a little mini animation of this with steam coming out of it. Maybe even like a small rice bowl, because that would make sense. This is making you hungry again. Yeah, what am I doing today? Who knows? Who knows what I'm doing today?
Working on the ramen stand.
Yeah.
Some other components that go inside of a ramen stand. So if you can think of something
Yes,
that would
please.
belong in a ramen shop, put it in the comments.
Please do. So, oh wait, I should say this as well, because we focused a lot last week on getting these chairs done and making these smaller little assets right here. Really hard to get to the back of this. But actually at the back, we've got the sort of kitchen counter where I've got some pots, which just right now, just kind of, I think they need something doing to them because they look very bland. I know they're meant to just be large steel pots, but I want to see, I'm going to fill this up with something to give it a little bit more definition. But do you think maybe we should, if it's stainless steel, should I make some like shiny bits on it? In fact, let's try that while you guys give me ideas. Maybe a sign. Okay. I love the idea of a sign. Clankersh actually suggested, I think it was Clankersh, suggested like a sign with like a panda or something on it to symbolize this as a creation made by me, that maybe I could implement it in certain things. Hey Panda, check out the soup I made in Marketplace. Oh, I will. It's called vegetable soup. Oh, and you added Steam animation. I love adding Steam animations to things. I did it for a cup of tea thing I did on a kitchen counter. I love Steam. Question regarding templates. How do you unlock? Oh, how do you unlock? Okay, I am just going to 100% plug myself, and I hope Joe doesn't mind at all. If you would, if you would like to know how to unlock templates, a few streams back I did actually do it on here, and I showed you guys. But I do actually have a YouTube tutorial. I don't know how to link my YouTube tutorial, but if you go to Panda Pops on YouTube, Panda Pops NFT, Panda Pops whatever, it should come up with me. It's literally me with a giant panda hat over my face. Should be able to find it. And it is how to unlock. I literally talk you through how to unlock a template. Oh, here we go. I found a link to it. If I put it in Restream chat, does it come up for everyone?
It'll go to all of them, and that's all good, because it'll be timestamped appropriately when people watch this later. Live. Perfect. Or, pre-recorded.
Yeah, it's live now.
It's live now. Pre-recorded later.
On the wall near the vent. Oh, vent! Okay, right. I feel like this is what we need. Don't mind literally all the sticky notes you may have just seen pop up. Right, we have a vent, a chef hat. Yeah, I got told off the other day because I've got all these sticky notes. They're not backed up. And so I was told I need somewhere safe to put all my sticky notes because I don't let anybody go on my computer because of I worry they're going to delete my notes. Right, yeah, so we got these. If people throw out suggestions, I'm putting it on my other screen, but I will add that there. Oh, poster, painting, picture. It's all the same thing. So with this, I think we're going to give it a go, and you guys tell me how you feel about, like, does that make it more stainless steel? I feel like this is giving it a little bit more definition, so it's not just...
Yeah, a little bit more steel, a little less stone. I think that's what I get from that.
Maybe not quite that much. I'll just try adding like a few different shades on it. And Crash, what if he a human? Wait, what? If Joe became Crash, what?
Last week on Monday, you made me Crash Bandicoot, and you said, this is Joe.
Oh, yeah.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays, I am a whole real person.
Yes. Yeah, right. Way over here. Yeah. Here he is. This is Joe. The green screen doesn't seem to like him, though, really. It's like
funny. It's like
proper messed up.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to overdo it with the shininess.
No, I think just a couple of those like diagonal lines is looking great.
Yeah. Yeah, I quite like. Let's see how it looks like outside of this. I don't hate that. I think that looks... I think the handles need to be a different color. That's what I think. These bits that you can't even see are handles, there, I think they need to be a different color.
Yeah, nice jet black, probably. I think that's what all my steel handles that I have like these rubber covers that are always that black, and it's matte. Just eats all the light.
Oh, it's really hard sometimes to get inside things. I mean, we'll see how we go, because I do plan, so with this, I do plan for there to be an animation with this, whether it's noodles staring around and a spoon in there. So there's definitely going to be a bit more color. This one definitely, the smaller pot, it needs reworking. But yeah, you guys, are you throwing up? I hope I can wait for Sandbox on iOS trailer. Where is it going to be a while before it goes on iOS?
It's going to be a while, yes.
Yeah.
Right now we're not up to version 1 yet on the PC iteration, and then it'll be just a bit after that before we're ready for mobile, as far as I understand.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
got
part
to
of the
make sure
development team,
things.
so
Yeah, you got to make sure things are working correctly and all that fun stuff, don't you? Really.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Let's just see how
But
this
mm,
looks. Okay, I don't hate that. We'll see how it looks. We should have utensils on here as well. Maybe another one of these cooking hobs might be a good idea. Another burner. So let's duplicate, and we're going to have it as burner 2. Go down to burner 2, and we're just going to move it over here.
so I have this idea. For burner 2. I think
Yes.
anybody who's ever been to Asia or ever, wanted to make good Asian food knows you need a wok,
Yes.
right? Not a big pot, you need a wok, something just massive open. I love woks. I'm sorry, I'm so biased right now.
You just love woks.
Like the idea of making like a stir fry dish in anything else is just not as good for me.
All right, there we go. Let's add a nice old wok. See, this is why I don't come prepared, because then you guys can just tell me what you would like to see, and I'll just make that.
I'd
Right.
love to see the chat get up in here. What kind of food should possibly go in these pots, in these woks, in those bowls? What are you looking for? What's your favorite kind of Asian style food?
Right. This is one thing that really needs to get fixed. The mirror does not, like, I have to actually click down to see the mirror now since the update. I don't know if anybody else has that. If anybody else has that, let me know, because then I know I'm not alone. It makes finding the center just that little bit more irritating. Maybe a rack. Oh, a rack. Okay, I like that. Rack of utensils. I love that idea. Yeah, new update. I thought so.
Danny Basting, VoxEdit application is being developed by you guys in-house as well, right? Is there a place where we can post feature requests? While I love the simplicity of the software, it lacks some. Yes, you can post feature requests. Most often we receive those feature requests through Discord, but there is a contact form that the moderators over there can help get to you. And then, it's very close to a direct line feed up the ecosystem. So if you left a suggestion here, like I see this, what I'm seeing on Panda's screen, and I'm just confirming literally right now, if this is a common bug, known bug that we're addressing. I'm sure it already is, since I see, Voxel Blaze come through and say, yeah, new update. Same issue with the mirror. So
yeah,
I want to
it
make
came
sure
up
that
for
those
me.
things get addressed.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was pretty sure when I updated it, it came like it started with that update. So I did assume the new update broke it. All right, I don't like how that looks. Okay, we can't make it too big. This is the one thing when you're making stuff to go for the size of what all these are at. You gotta. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard making sure it fits the actual size. Right, I'm gonna give it a wood handle. Like a light wood. That's not light wood. Oh no, and I'm doing it on both sides because of the mirror. Oh my gosh. Alright, there we go. Cup of ramen. Oh, you mean like cup noodles? Love some cup noodles. I don't think a ramen stand would just do a cup noodle though. You get your ramen, you get your noodles in your bowl. But I do like that idea. Right, this looks like a nice wood texture, right? Everyone agree? Good. No complaints? Awesome. Oh.
Okay, Mammy Abby, what's your question? I see. There's a prompt for a question for Joe. Joe's got your answer.
Joe has all the answers.
Not all of them. I try. I try really, really hard.
Wait.
But then I get that
Answer to life. Answer to life.
42.
Perfect.
Of course I know that answer. Of course.
You passed the vibe check. You passed the vibe check.
Pork buns could be cool. That might be hard to make this small.
Yeah, I will put it. Oh no, which one is it? Where's my sticky note? There we go. Or I'll put pork bun / gyoza.
Is the Sandbox game the best game ever? I think that's what your question is trying to ask. It says, is the best Sandbox game is the best Sandbox game ever? But I think the question is the Sandbox game the best game ever?
And I would say,
yeah, my answer to that is, what do you want to create? Make it. If you make the game, I've seen games created in the Sandbox so far, mostly that I think we've seen before, right? But what I've seen so far from this contest that we're doing in the game jam, where we're creating what we've called a glitch in the metaverse, that's up to your interpretation. It can mean anything, but the games that are being made there are subverting expectations a little bit. Like, I'm going in thinking, okay, I'm going to play the same kinds of games I've played before, and each one that I've tested so far has been, oh, that's different, or oh, I didn't see that coming, right? And it's making something more dynamic, which is making things very interesting. And the thing that I like best about the Sandbox is that each experience is it's pretty accessible. They are unique, they are different. So if you didn't like the one game that you're playing right now, you can walk to the edge of the map and jump into the next game that you want to play. So I do like that quite a lot. No, it's okay. Let's see. Hard-boiled egg is also key. I agree.
I do, but I feel like that's going to be so hard for me to just make a hard-boiled egg.
No, I also agree with that. The hard-boiled egg is super important for ramen, but when we're talking about doing it on this scale, that's really hard.
I mean, the ramen I made does have egg in it. I put egg in the ramen I made. I could do like a little. I don't know if I can. I will attempt to do like a little egg box, or like a box that has just basically one voxel white blocks that are eggs.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, because that would work.
It would work. Maybe. It would be a fully hard-boiled egg. Ironically, I think that the best way to make like a pseudo hard-boiled egg, it would just be too big for this, because you would need it to be. I mean, you've done very well here. I can see it if you're looking at this right now, and you're seeing the egg is in the top left, right? Where you got like 2 voxels of yolk here. You got 2 voxels, not yolk. I'm sorry. You've got the 1 voxel of yolk in the middle that's kind of spilling over down into the center of the broth a bit, and then you've got the 2 voxels of egg whites and 2 voxels of egg whites. And I can see that it's a soft boiled egg that's put into the noodles while they're boiling. That's what I see there.
Yes, so and that is exactly what I was going for. Oh, be you, Joe. Me and you.
I never saw this before you all saw this. I just want you to know that. But that's what really the extra work in there. Sometimes playing around with colors, playing around with your color template, just moving things about a few times until you go, okay, I can kind of see it if I cross my eyes and take my glasses off, That's when you've got art going on in the box. Because you just let people see their vision for it. It's kind of like that the 3D paintings. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, but they used to be pretty popular around the year 2000, and I'm an ancient human being. And you put them on the wall in your toilet, for lack of a better term, your bathroom, or you put it in a place where you're sitting and you're thinking to yourself for a little while, and you always see some. Those things never worked for me, but I could see it. I don't know. I'm just going on. I'm not seeing a lot of little chitty chat in the chat. Hey, Voxel Blaze, I see that you have a game to test for this Wednesday's stream. So please put that name of that game in the chat, or you could send me a direct message. It's up to you. But if you put the name of the game in the chat, then maybe some other users can check it out.
I would like to check it out.
Play it in the gallery. Yeah.
Hey, Clankesh. Hello. Mammy has another question. Wednesday and Monday streams have different set of viewers in YouTube. Yeah, I would guess so, because they're kind of two different. Like on Wednesdays, that's when you do the game maker stuff,
testing the games.
Yeah, that's it.
So we'll play your games live on Wednesdays, and it's definitely a different kind of user group because they're not so much the artist group, but they are definitely the more designer group. And it's interesting to see those two different kinds of peoples in the chats, because some people will do both. Some people will only do one. But when if you're an artist out there and you're thinking about possibly later selling some assets in the marketplace or doing something like that, this is a kind of show where you can see that there is definitely an audience for artists, because on Wednesday there's a ton of different kinds of people in there, as mentioned in the chat. On Saturday, we help people learn the new skills with the game maker. And what are you making here? What am I seeing?
Right, so it's not turning out how I wanted it to be. So what I was hoping, right, stay with me. What I was hoping to do was, in the walk, I was going to do an animation just from looking at it, where it could be there and there would be like a flip motion. So I was originally just going to put like the noodly looking stuff and like the vegetable bits just in the wok on like as that. But then I thought, if I just do it as a separate thing, it can sit in the wok. I can have it sat there. The animation can go where the wok's moving back and forth. It flips up, and then this thing can flip up. So it looks, yeah, but it's not looking, I don't know what color to do the noodles. So the red bits are like your peppers, and the green bits are your green beans, and I thought like the white bits can be like bamboo shoot type things. Do them single voxels. Well, every single bit single voxels. I did think about that.
I think what I would do if I was to do this and I didn't want to spend a ton of time animating, because this asset isn't even near the front of the noodle shop, is maybe get one of these, green beans as a separate asset.
So
and
that
one
can flip up.
Pepper as a separate asset, and then maybe 3 or 4 white voxels to represent maybe a rice or a noodle or something like that.
Yeah.
So that when the stir action happens, you can flip it up. You can flip this entire pancake of assets just a bit, and then have the little bits
Let's go up more
extra height.
Yeah, I do like that. Okay, so what I need to know what color to do, because this is just looking like a hot mess, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Excuse me. Well, when I cook my noodles, I like to use rice noodle.
Okay, so just white
or a very light tan color.
Yeah, that's why I originally went for this. But that looks very light tan.
Mammy Abby asks, and I will answer you, Rebecca. I see you also. How to make characters on iOS. The only way to do that on iOS would be to install a software that allows you to have a virtual machine of Windows right now, because we currently have this version only on Windows. So you could if you had a virtual machine, but otherwise you cannot. And I don't know, you'd have to have an iPad with a relatively large amount of storage in order for that to be possible. And probably a wireless mouse. Wow. I'm stuck in hospital. with my significant other after a rugby injury on Sunday. And all
Ouch.
this food talk is making me hungry. Well, Kirsch, I would say I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, Kirsch. Wow.
Or your significant other, I suppose, depends on who's playing rugby. Oh, son. Okay. Well, I hope your son feels better. I assume maybe your son was playing the rugby. Um, and unfortunately, I don't know what country you live in, but the hospital food is not so great in the US, so maybe you could call for some takeaway or something. Get something decent sent. Maybe some nice Asian food from your local ramen shop.
I would like to say though, like loads of people say the UK because I know Kirsch is from the UK. Loads of people say UK hospital food is awful, but let me just tell you, when I stayed in the hospital near where I am, that food was amazing. I have never felt more treated like a friggin' queen as I did when I was in the hospital. Seriously, I'm not saying like it's, 5-star restaurant, amazing food. I just meant like it was good quality food. They'd come in it was bliss. I'm gonna tell you this right now. It was absolute bliss. They'd come in the morning, they'd say, what do you want for breakfast? You had a choice. You could either have some toast or an option of cereal, but there was a hidden option where you could say, I would like both. And they'd bring you both. So you would have toast and cereal, as many cups of tea as you would like, and I suppose coffee, but as many cups of tea as you would like. And then they bring it and you eat it. And then about an hour and a half later, they'll come in and say, here's the menu. Do you want to choose lunch? Yes, please, I do. You choose your lunch off of the menu. An hour or so later, they bring it in. And then a few more hours pass, they'll come in and say, do you want to choose dinner and a pudding? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And yes. It was nice. I'm not gonna lie, it was very nice. Yeah, well, Panda breaks her leg to get back in.
There you go. Breaking a leg to get into the hospital for them delicious snacks. Can't do that in the US, I'll tell you that. But more on that later when I'm not on an official call. Rebecca asks, any idea when the game creator will come to Mac? Rebecca over on YouTube, we had the game maker used to function on Mac as a version 0.3.5. When we were in the updating process at some point, and there we go. Rebecca says she thinks UK hospital food is horrible, by the way. So that's a juxtaposition for you.
I don't think all the hospitals are the same, though. I think I was very lucky.
No, they're probably not. Yeah, I would agree with that. But so the as of version 0.6.0, we expanded the development team that's dedicated just to the game maker so that we could bring back Mac OS into the fold. Basically, we had a very rapid expanse of not only our user base, but the attention on the product. And it has been rapid since, I would say, last August, probably. So we are kind of in catch-up mode on that, but definitely have a dedicated team now to getting a Mac product back and operating. So hopefully we'll have a really nice product for you soon. Freedom has a price, says, not saying, first of all, the price is delicious ramen. Without it, are we all even free? I don't know.
Probably not.
Not saying French food is the best in Europe.
Yeah, I read that one.
Too bad the UK left the EU, and now you can't cross the channel as freely as before to go get the delicious French food. I wish I had an opportunity to confirm that. The last time I was in London, I can tell you I did have a lot of delicious kinds of food. I feel like, ironically, the British, and maybe not ironically because you guys were kind of jerks and conquered the whole planet, have some delicious...
so did the Romans. Let's just put that out there. I mean, like, we gave you guys stuff back.
they made it all the way to Persia, but they didn't push it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We only took a little bit, you know. Yeah.
Mammy, if you have a question, feel free to ask them anytime. Just pop the question in there straight away. It's all good. I'll address them as I go through.
Yeah, you don't need to ask permission. We're not at school. You don't need to raise your hand. You're all good. Just
it's all good.
Yeah.
Anytime you want, just throw it in there.
What about the Falkland Islands? We'll move away from that. And thank you, Sebastian, for saying that they like my hair. Right, go, Joe. Go, quick.
Britain's got Indian food, Pakistani food that are fantastic. You had this one Italian restaurant that was so good that I actively still have their business card to recommend people to go there. However, it was a lot. I think it was like 50 pounds a plate, something like that.
Where were you eating at? Did you go to like Gordon Ramsay's restaurant or something? Yeah.
It was a very small place, way off the way. But there was seating for maybe like 10, 15 people in the restaurant.
I had to make that many
kinds of places. And it was pretty fancy, but they had everything was clearly made that day, down to the grinding of the meat. It was so good. And at the time I had a doctor's ordered food restriction not to eat any tomato sauce or things like that. And of course I was like, please, I'm halfway across the world. What's my doctor going to say about this? So I was eating all kinds of delicious things. But that one was on my sister. She had to pay.
She had to pay. I like that.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Uber Eats brings exotic foods to confined households. If you mean exotic foods in the town that I live in, that stretches to McDonald's, and that is all. That is all. I think maybe Costa in our town has just joined it, but we've had Uber Eats in our town for all of about 5 weeks, and I'm not joking. We never had an Uber Eats before then, and literally just McDonald's has been on it. So that's as exotic as we get. But luckily the pubs are open, so we can just get drink and have fun. Yeah,
it's true. You guys always have good. Like, you go to a pub in the UK, it's much different than in the US as well. Because it seems, and I could be wrong, but every pub that I went to in the UK had food.
Yeah, most pubs do.
Food.
Yeah, most pubs do. Yeah. There are some that are still. I don't know if you've ever heard this term, and I'm hoping at least some Brits are in here to understand what I'm saying. But there are still some spit and sawdust type pubs. I hope you understood that.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. It's
which are like they're still pubs. Like, they're not like restaurant pubs. They're just like pure pubs where you'll get like the old men that have always gone there, and they'll just be necking back their Guinnesses and whatnot. You'll get like the few sort of like 15, 16-year-old teenage boys that are trying to sneak in, have a few cheeky ones. And those ones are nice. They're cozy, and they have like a really warm feeling, and they smell like ale, and I love the smell of beer. I do. I absolutely adore the smell of beer, which is probably one reason why I don't mind working in a pub. But but a lot do foods. Nothing beats a spoons. Get out. Weatherspoons is
stop it.
Out.
No. As an American coming into this chat, Weatherspoons was a godsend to me, okay? Because it didn't matter. Everything else was closed. All your little shops, all your cutesy little places were no. Weatherspoons was open. The food was decent.
It's
it wasn't
decent.
Bad. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad, right? And like, I could eat it, and I never thought that it was fast food. Somebody clearly made it. It was like if your mom wasn't very good at cooking. That's what you get.
Oh, well, yeah.
At Weatherspoons.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's great,
I mean, I do agree. Weatherspoons is a very good cheap choice. The food is edible. People go there and have a nice drink, and that's good. If you go near Leicester, I am near Leicester. I'm not in Leicester. My sister's in Leicester. But yeah, you get a better restaurant than Ben's Kitchen.
See you later, Mammy Abby. I
Bye,
see you gotta
Mammy.
go.
That's
We'll
why
be
they
here for another
advertise.
at least
Yeah.
25 minutes. Yes, Kirsch.
Yeah.
Yes, burger and a pint. That's why Weatherspoons advertises burger and a pint, because the food is not great. You know,
And they need to make up for that.
Exactly. A staple in any uni student's life. Not just because of the pictures, but because the food is cheap. Everybody, another thing that I liked about that is even when it was packed, I never saw a person in Weatherspoons, and I was there for a couple of weeks, and I went there almost every night, that was angry at any point. And I don't know, maybe this is just because you guys are better human beings than the people here in the States. But
I feel like that's so mean.
Well, I mean, maybe, but I'm coming from the U.S., so yeah. If anybody could talk bad about the U.S. and our temperament, I think it's an American, and there's a reason why our biggest export is military. I'm just being crazy.
We're going deep today.
We're going real deep. Even the McDonald's, actually, because I went there much to my chagrin. I did not want to be in a McDonald's, but my sister was tired of eating good food somehow. And it was her money. We were there on a trip because she has a house that needs to be sold over there. And so she was like, come help me deal with this. And it's still not sold now a year later because of COVID. But in the McDonald's in the UK, even, you have food that appears to have been cooked fresh. It takes a little longer, and that's fine. Whereas the McDonald's in the US, if you order let's say a sausage sandwich in the US, you can order it at one takeaway window, drive through to the next one, and they will have the bag basically hanging out the window as you drive through, which means that food was done before you arrive to even order. And it's a shame, but that's not the case at a Weatherspoons. Sorry. It's totally worth it.
I'm sure it's great after a few pints. Oh yeah. Anything's good after a few pints.
I'm guessing the UK audience in the chat is very excited about this conversation right now because typically we don't get into these kinds of great comparing British food. Maybe
have you ever? I don't know the name of it, but there is a YouTube channel where this guy from England and this guy from America literally compare fast food sizes and tastes and how much it is. So it's he was doing a compare of a McDonald's. So it was this is a UK small, medium, and large, showing the sizes and stuff and comparing it to American small, medium, and large. And I mean, your small is bigger than our is bigger than our medium. It's what? How do you guys not all just are you?
Yes, we do. No, we do, and we're known for it now. For scale, if you guys aren't familiar, a large drink when you go to a McDonald's in the United States is about 1.5 liters, I think, if I was to guess. Maybe a little less, but it's too much. No one should drink that much soda in a single sitting, and it's a shame. Before you get to the bottom of the drink, the carbon will have gone, in American restaurant of almost any kind, unless you actually go in a sit-in restaurant where they'll give you a little glass, and that is a small glass. That would be a small size serving in the UK worth of soda that you would get when you go in a sit-in most of the time. That's funny. What do you guys have in the chat here? Do you have any unique places that you would recommend to have a bite if anyone else in the chat navigated to somewhere else around the world.
Oh,
going to your
okay.
local
If
place.
right, it's obviously not local to the UK because I'm going to suggest a place in Japan, which I 100% suggest to everybody that if you ever go to Japan, eat here because it is amazing. Cocoa curry. Go to a place called Cocoa Curry, and if you like spicy food, and I am not joking, they have levels of spice. They go from 1 to a 10. Do not order, if you're a British and you are adamant that you like spicy food, don't order past a 3. I am saving you. I ordered a 3 and I ordered it in Japanese, which means that they think that I can handle it. And I am very good at tolerating spicy food. I love spicy food. I will eat as much spicy food as I can possibly have. I really do enjoy it. I got, you know, when you've had something so hot that you get like a mild headache, I got a headache to the point that I lost vision. And because I didn't want to be rude, I carried on eating. I carried on eating. But I'll tell you this, if you order a 2 or less, and maybe a 3 if you order in English, it is the best curry, one of the best. No, I'm not going to say the best curry because I've had some good curries in other places, but it is one of the best curries you'll have. And eating anything from Cocoa Curry, because they don't just do curry stuff, they do a wide variety of lots of different dishes, but it's one of the best places I've ever eaten. It is so good.
So,
eat there.
I've got a question for you, and possibly a correction if this sounds right.
Okay.
But I tried to look them up, and I got Coco Ichibanya. So it says Curry House Coco as like their logo.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's it should be.
They have over 1,400 locations worldwide. Their logo looks almost like a moon or something. I just want to. I'm sorry.
It's like I've never eaten it anywhere other than in Japan because I swear eating certain foods in a country where that is not where it is originally made, I swear it just doesn't taste. It just doesn't taste the same. But yeah, it should be. Yeah, it is the same.
Okay.
Like,
so wait, maybe I can try it.
Like that. That's their.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
But I've never had anything better than actually being there. Good.
All right. It says, Freedom says, I used to live 10 years in Toronto. Going to the US was about eating at Denny's. Would it be compared to Weatherspoons? I found the Denny's quality acceptable for the price.
I can't comment. You're the best one to comment on that. I've never been.
Yeah, I definitely know. Denny's is not quite that because Denny's will pretty much only serve you breakfast and or steak in the US. They have some nice all in a single cast iron dish. But I would say that IHOP in the US would be close to Weatherspoons. The caveat, of course, being that Weatherspoons does serve alcohol, whereas in the US, that's just off the board. Like, you wouldn't be considered a family restaurant if you had alcohol available.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
How do you guys survive without alcohol? Clearly that's a joke, but kind of not.
Patiently. That's what we do. Patiently. Growing up in the EU and moving to the US, we had to decide that it was okay to not finish what was served to us at restaurants. It was tough because it was seen as rude in our family. And I agree with that. In fact, even in the US, we had the same sensibility as well. Because of the time, and this is probably true with folks in the EU, but you didn't go and have this, maybe not as large of a juxtaposition, but folks who grew up in the Depression era and had that, what we call stone soup, which is where you put a stone in the bottom of a kettle and anybody in your neighborhood brings anything that could possibly be considered food and puts it in the pot with it. and then you make that into a soup because everyone was just that poor that you really had to be communal. That generation then taught the next generation, get what you get, be accepting, be grateful that you have something to eat. And so that has kind of moved forward. But in the 50s in the US did very well. We made quite a lot of money, became obviously now we're like the world's reserve currency, still seem to be considered that. And so we run into this problem where you have those folks who went from having nothing to having everything, and then still having the sense that you must eat what you are served. And so I think that's been a big problem for the US, maybe a health concern with that regard. But it would make sense that in the EU you had the same kind of base sensibility, which is you are served this, you should finish it, because not necessarily guaranteed that in the future, right?
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, there we go. Cody Zine says Texas just passed a law. Of course, Texas. But you can get alcoholic beverages to go as well. So
What do you mean by to go? Like from a shop?
So
like
literally pick it up at a Windows service. Just pick it up and leave with your drink. So yeah, and that was at the no alcohol in a family restaurant in the US, by the way. Yeah. Many places in the US you can get your leftovers to go. That's true. That is almost everywhere. I've never been to a place where it was less than like $20, $30 a plate where they didn't offer you a to-go container. It's just generally considered a courtesy. They have them most often, ironically, in styrofoam. So you have to really decide as a person, like, is it worth it to take this styrofoam container that will never break down? Let's see. Texas is becoming more and more appealing, especially the tax-free crypto. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, Texas is like this weird thing. One negative side about Texas is that 3/4 of the state and their power supply comes just from within the state. And I don't live in Texas, but obviously, as somebody who lives in the US, I generally know about what happens in the US. But if you ask somebody in France what happened in Italy, they'd have no idea. That's about the same distance away that I am from Texas. The Texas power system is only in Texas. So if the power goes out, they can't, or they don't have enough fuel or something like that, they can't borrow from an adjacent state. So as somebody who's super into technology, I'm not that interested in Texas, But let's see.
Does that look like rice to you?
It looks like it would be boiling something, some kind of a noodle, whether it's pasta or rice.
Feels close enough.
Because it always gives you that froth kind of on the top, right? Any kind of starch would do that.
There's my little rice bowl as well for anybody that missed that. I cover it in... Oh, okay.
Wait, yes.
What? Yeah.
No, that's good. Ross Guru asked, did you speak to Alex about a tutorial on updating version 1 to version 2 of the templates? And then Voxel Blaze says, I do stream most days and can give you a hand with updating templates to V2 versions. So definitely check it out. And Voxel Blaze will cover that tomorrow. So if you're interested in updating a template to the version 2 compatible for your, I assume, avatars, human templates, something like that, check out Voxel Blaze's stream. They do it over on YouTube each and every, many times a week, rather. So check them out.
Many times.
Yes. I know that Voxel Blaze did a cooperative stream the other day with Andy Ritchie. So we've got a whole community ecosystem coming together, these live streamers helping out the community. So make sure that you're following those people who are in our live stream community, or check it over on Discord. There is a hashtag live stream group where you can click that and see when people recently gone live.
Right, event. Why do I feel like I don't know what a vent looks like? I think I know what. Are we going for like a grated vent? Or yeah, we'll go for like a grated vent. When I think vent, I think here in the UK, in like our bathrooms, most people have those when you turn your light on, a little vent thing comes on at the same time and has like a little fan and it spins. So when I think vent, that's what I think. But
no, I agree with that. I think it depends on kind of what the aesthetic of the shop is for you, right? Like, as I see that it's got kind of simple walls, so I'm kind of thinking like
this sort.
Maybe, the flat sort with the slats along it. And if it was made with like 2 voxel slats, you could possibly pitch them so that they're turned.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, well, no.
And then they kind of open.
Well, yes. What we could do is I can make this too thick, and then make separate strips so I can angle them, like you said. But also, I can get like a dark strip right here, and we can just like do that so it can be angled above it, and then make that look like it's like a little dark area underneath.
Yes, exactly. Like it is open.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it. Perfect. Gonna make it a little wider.
Yeah, Rebecca's right on. In a larger restaurant, you would, at least in the US, you would be required to have an extractor fan where there's actually this large overhead hood system, and then it is actively pulling the air out with a ventilator that's all the way on the roof.
Yeah, well, we have, well, not all houses. Most houses have like a little extractor fan above our cookers. I don't.
Right.
The house I bought, they said, hey, we'll leave the extractor fan in the little shed for you and you can install it. We've got an extractor fan for your cooker. I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't think anything of it. I moved in and I wasn't really in the mood to be doing DIY things. I just wanted to live in the house for a bit. Took me about 5 months to get the key to go into the little shed outside. No extractor fan. It's already, too long to really be like, hey, you said that you'd give us an extractor fan. I couldn't be bothered to fight them over it, so just left it as is. It is a little bit, but at the same time, it's not really like a huge requirement here. I mean, we've got windows. The ceilings are really high in this house, so there's like none of that issue. The only thing I think it does... okay, right, one thing. So I always say you need to put your pivots, like, dead in the center, like, center here, center there. That's not centered, because it is 12. Not when something needs to attach to a wall. If you're having something attached to the wall, then you will put your pivot at the back. So when you go to move it, it will automatically just be moved from that back point. But most of the time you center it. And we need a long strip.
All right, I've got some good news for those people watching live right now. There's a form in the chat that you can fill out to be eligible to win a Wizzy the Blue NFT asset. So make sure you click on this. You only would be eligible to win one Wizzy NFT ever. So if you have one in the past, unfortunately, there can only be one for each. There's a limited total quantity of these Wizzy NFTs of 200 all time. And we are getting close to halfway gone with all these. The NFT was created live on a stream just like this by Alex Flores. He is one of our lead artists in the program, in charge of doing so many things and creating a bunch of wonderful assets for our partners and things like that. So definitely you'll be good to check this out. And then the NFT that you may win today can be used inside the Sandbox Game Maker, showcased if you like, or you can use it as a custom avatar, but not a replacement for your avatar, just so you know. It can be used as an enemy, an ally, any sort of different thing where you might want a wizard or a quest giver or something inside the Sandbox game maker.
Look at all you lucky people getting a chance to get a Wizzy.
Have you never got one?
No. I got the Christmas one. Well, yeah, because I kind of thought it might be a little bit bad sportsmanship to enter when I'm the one streaming.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I would say for sure maybe on a Monday stream, but if it's a Wednesday stream or it's, I think there's one so far only one person. Oh, now kind of two.
Kind of two.
Kind of two, and I'm going to specify. Allodev won once, and Allodev has done some streaming. Allodev is on the list of our officially supported community streamers. So one of those folks, just like you guys in the chat, that just live streams regularly. We like to support those people and kind of get them out there. Allodev has won once before. There was also a win from Cody Zine. So Cody Zine in the chat right now has been making these really cool, like monochrome, black, white, gray, and everything in between characters and assets live on streams, and they won once. So there's an opportunity for you, Panda. You just have to.
I gotta do it. Yeah.
Days.
I have done on like a Saturday or something. It just depends, because I get confused with what time you go live now on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I'm just like, oh, are you on, or do I need to be asleep now?
our maybe you would want to be asleep given how early you have to wake up sometimes. But that's the Wednesday stream is at 2100 GMT, so it's a bit later for you. And then, of course, the Saturday stream is this same time as this stream.
Oh, okay. Was it ever earlier? I feel like it was.
Nope. No. Well, probably for about 2 weeks, maybe. Because there was a bit of time where everyone was quite confused with what the spring, we call it spring forward in the US, but the change for daylight savings time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not quite to a point as a country where we're ready to give up on daylight savings time, because a good third of the country uses that for farming still. So,
I mean, we still use daylight savings.
I always found it kind of odd. Like living in Washington, there's not too many people who do farming, and that was the original intent of it, was that you're keeping up more with the cycles of the sun. But I always just thought, like, if you're a farmer, just set your alarm a little sooner or something. Like everybody's messing with me. I'm trying to have a nap here or whatever. Let's not change things. Because that week, man, like coming up in the fall, when we go back and we do that time change, is that the time when you get more sleep or less?
It goes back. Yeah, you get more sleep.
Yeah, you get an extra sleep. So it was the spring that was the hardest part. Yeah. So coming up, we may have done things a little while earlier. I think I remember at least one stream where Alex was like, "Are we live now?" And I was like, "We're not supposed to be live yet," but neither one of us figured it out until we already were. And it was like, "All right, well, we're all for 2 hours today." We just extended it out for a full 2 hours.
Makes sense. Do I go for a nice bronze screw color? Oh wait, that's of that. I can't there, right. No, I don't think I like the bronze. And it also messes down here. I don't know, do I just leave it like this? Like, go back, just don't save. So this is, there we go. This is what it looks like. Do you think we should just, because I feel like that's such a small thing that I don't need to do too much detail on it. Or
no, yeah, I think that's just fine like that, personally. Yeah. But anybody in the chat disagree? Do you have a different idea?
Yeah, do you want me to put,
looking at this?
Yeah, do you want me to add like the screws onto it? I'll have to make it slightly bigger to work with that. Or maybe make these slightly shinier. That's great. I like the extractor fan. Thank you. Damn, this stream is killing your data. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That'll happen. It totally works. There we go. I'm thinking of having one here and just one on the other side as well. So it's like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I think unless you were to put a larger extractor fan over the top, I think that vent is looking good there where it is. But you might actually, does it go through to the other side?
No, because it's quite thick. I was thinking of maybe just recoloring.
I think if you take that and then just like push it through, like duplicate it and push it through to the other side, I think that could be nice. Because then it would look like the vent really goes out there.
I'll call it vent outside. Yeah, and then we just go push it out. Give it a little rotate.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited about this one. Not often do I get to announce a winner of a user that is heavily active in the chat here every single week.
Is it
has been watching these for months. No, sorry, Clank.
I got really excited.
This week, the winner is Ross Guru 7 over on Twitch TV.
GG's Ross.
I'm excited about it. I just love seeing names where like it pops up and I kind of look at it and I'm like, is it really? Is it finally their time?
Oh,
pays off. It pays off. You know?
GG's.
So excited.
Right, guys. Okay, right. We come to the end, but I do want to start being able to do animations for this, for the next one. Also, there was a suggestion of me having like myself in here with like a chef hat. So throw out some suggestions of what I can get done between now and next week, because otherwise the time frame Joe suggested when I started this is looking very realistic if I don't start doing this.
What was that, 6 months? Did I say 6 months?
I thought you said 6 weeks. I thought you said
I'm having a laugh. I'm just joking. I was
like, I hope it's not going to take 6 months. Gosh. Panda Chef. I want to do the Panda Chef on stream, or at least like part of it on stream for you guys. But yes, I do want to put like a Panda Chef in here, and I already know I want it, but I will put it on my notes. Here we go. So we got Panda Chef. These are the things we've got. Right, I can't make. There I am stretching this as if you guys can see it bigger. But we've got vent, so I can take the vent off because we've made it. A chef hat, so I could have a chef hat hung up on like a little hook. That'll be fine. A poster / picture of something. What do you think? What should the picture be of? Should it just be a generic poster type? Maybe, because this was meant to be like an anime build, and I am basing it kind of off of Naruto, but it's kind of morphed into not. A rack, I've spelt rack wrong. I've spelt like raquack. Of utensils. Pork buns / gyoza, I will attempt that. And Panda Chef. What else? Employee. Oh, an employee. I like that. So for like the poster, like an employee. Oh, employee. Wait, how do I spell employee? Employee. That's too many E's. Of the month. I totally did A-level English. Can you not tell with my brilliant spelling? Q9 or shuriken. I suppose, like, I feel like it would take away from what this is now, but I do like that. Maybe like an anime poster of that. You might need to be careful about copyright because of Kung Fu Panda. Why? What did someone suggest? I'm not going to get copyright of making a Panda Chef. Yeah. When you said Panda Chef, I assumed you wanted me as a chef. Yeah, like a scroll. I like that. A scroll. You could have a scroll. Secret recipe. Secret ramen recipe. I love that.
Yeah. I think the only other thing that I'm thinking is for the outside, some kind of. You said before that you might put a banner on it,
Yes,
but maybe
so
if
that will
the
be.
banner was on the left or the right side, outside,
Well,
like not
I
hanging up
mean,
over the front, unless you want it up over the front, I
no,
suppose.
I really want it up over the front, but it's not
All
going
right,
to
very good.
be. I mean, we could do something. I definitely do want to have something down the side, whether that's um, like an oil gas tank type thing just at the side or something at the side. But the banner is going to have to be like completely separate, because if I put it on here, then your characters aren't going to be able to walk through it without me turning collision off for the entire thing. So it'll be like, you have this, and then I will make the banner as a completely separate asset with the with me wanting it to be part of this, if you get what I mean. It's like
Yep.
like a set without me saying it's a set. That's a
Yes,
shame.
yes.
Oh, lanterns. Oh, what, lanterns on the side? I like that. Lanterns on the side. Or just lanterns. Lanterns, I love that. Spelling while talking is 50 times harder. Yeah. Because, you know, that helps me have a reason why I was spelling rack with a Q. And struggling to spell employee with about 5 different E's. I struggle with that all the time. Oh yeah, right. So I love the lanterns. I love all of this. I feel like the Panda Chef is going to be the hardest one. Doing characters is not my favorite. I don't know. I enjoy making them, but it takes me a long time to get them to look how I want them to look. I feel like they take a lot more time. But yeah, have we got anything else? There are plus contests today. You missed out, Pacho Moya. We've done a giveaway. It has just been
But
done.
if you join us again next week,
And Wednesday.
the stream starts up, and Wednesday.
And
Wednesday, the stream will start up at 2100 UTC. On Saturday, the stream starts at 1800 UTC. And then the Friday, sorry, Monday, every day doesn't, what day is it? What year is it? You know what I mean? No, always super, super crazy and busy on a Monday. So come back on Monday at 1800 UTC and enjoy Panda getting to hang out, making some ramen noodle shop.
Yeah.
Your chance.
Oh wait, we should end on something I've made. Well, actually, do you like my chopsticks? Like I
think the chopsticks are great.
I spent a long time getting them positioned how I wanted them, but let's end on. I'm gonna be honest. I've got to keep pressing that. Trying to scroll to the inside of an asset you're making is possibly one of the hardest things to do. There we go. Right, we'll end on it looking at that while I sort out my end screen. Can you show how to import/test the assets in GameMaker without being a creator? You can't, can you? As far as I know, you need to have the artist.
So two things are happening, and just so you know, first, if you are in the game jam, I can approve you as an artist. So if you're creating something for the game jam, I can approve you as an artist, and then those who are approved can see those assets inside their game maker. Secondly, I like that Crash Bandicoot's moving. That's Joe. That's how Joe talks. Secondly, if that doesn't work for you, if you're not making something for the game jam and you're just waiting for your ability to do so, Sebastian Borget, who is the decision maker, he's the guy to say this needs to happen, has said that we should not have this restriction anymore, and that all people should be able to be having that feature to put it in the game maker. So that's in the works. It's just going to take some time. I've changed into a completely different avatar, a Ken doll of some kind.
No, it's Doctor Who. It's the David Tennant Doctor Who.
Oh,
you should feel very privileged right now.
That I am. You picked the best Doctor. I don't care what anyone else says.
Well, no, because my favorite Doctor is one almost everybody hates. So,
who's that?
Christopher Eccleston.
I don't know.
The first one back when they reintroduced it.
Oh, like number 7?
Yes, the one right before David Tennant.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, He was all right. He was all right. He was all right.
But yeah, that sounds really
Anyway.
good. So yeah, they'll be able to hopefully be able to do
Any
it.
user
Soon.
should soon be able to do that. We have to make some significant changes to the way that roles work. Right now, there's not a ton of advanced roles in that, and this is kind of me lifting the hood on what the website has on the back end, but there's some particular assigned roles, and so we'll change the user role to by default be able to submit as an artist, and we will see. Don't think that when it goes live, you guys are going to be able to mint or do anything like that, but we'll see what happens. More on that next time I get a word. If you guys keep watching these streams, you can get nice insight like that each and every week.
Think about a bonsai tree as a decoration. Wow, we're getting a lot of suggestions. Right, this is the last one I'm writing down. Otherwise, save your suggestions for next time. Bonsai tree, because otherwise this is just going to go on forever, and I know that Joe needs to go have his afternoon nap because he's had a busy day.
Oh no, I've got a meeting coming up soon. I don't have time for a nap today. Ambassadors are getting a whole bunch of information that they can't tell anybody about yet, but it's going to be really cool. I'm setting up stuff for the weeks to come, folks. So look out. Look out. All right.
Chopsticks look conceptually realistic. Thank you. Anyway, we are finished. Don't forget, obviously, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and then I'm back on Mondays. And if you did want to see how to unlock a template, I did link my YouTube, but just in case you didn't see the link or whatever, find Panda Pops on YouTube. Go to my playlist Sandbox, and it should be there, like VoxEdit, templates or tutorials, something like that. But anyway, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.
See you later.